Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing okay. Today I wanted to talk about employment based green card interview, particularly EB2, and focusing on the dependent interview and what really happened at the interview. So last year I got my green card along with my spouse. I am the primary applicant for the EB2 and my interview was waived. So in late 2022, August 15 to be more specific, I got my green card without any interview. The officers approved the entire application without anything since I had submitted my medicals along my application. But for my spouse, what happened was his EB2 interview was scheduled just about 3 months after my card was approved. So, to give a little more detail about the interview, I am making this video. So, what happened was our EAD and advance parole was processed together. So, up until that point, it looked like both of our application, our 485, was moving along at the same pace. But all of a sudden, I got a notice saying my green card was approved, but his was not. And after inquiring about what is going on with his green card, we were told that he might have an interview because some of the dependents are having interviews. But we did not receive an interview notice until about 2 months after my application was approved. After 2 months, we got a notice that said there will be an interview for him, and about a month after that, an interview date was given. So the interview date was about a month away, and since we're based in Seattle, it was in the Seattle field office. So, all in all, my application was approved in August, and after 5 months or so, his interview was scheduled. So, to go to our interview, we talked to our lawyer, and our lawyers explicitly said that we don't need to worry about anything and we should be prepared to answer questions about our marriage more than my application or my employment or my spouse's employment, since it was not based on his employment specifically. So we prepared all the documents regardless. So we had three sets of documents, one related to my employment, one related to his employment, and one related to our marriage. So we prepared three different folders, and based on what our lawyer said, we had many more documentation about our marriage. And one thing that I want to highlight at this point is that we have been married less than 2 years, so we thought that this might be because we're not married for a long enough time. But later, I spoke to some of our friends who have been married for 10 years or so, and they still had to go through this interview. So it was not quite unique to our situation. Upon the day of interview, we showed up at the USCIS field office in Seattle right at time. We waited a couple of hours because our interview was delayed. We were getting hungry. We were also really nervous about it. But during the interview, everything was very smooth. The interviewer or the officer asked us a few questions about how we met, who proposed, when did the proposal happen, and asked if there was any photos or evidence that we like to give to prove the legitimacy of our marriage. And we had all the documentation prepared with us. We gave him as much as we could, and at that point the officer asked if there was anything else. We believed that we had given him anything, and we said no, that was all. The interview, I would say, lasted less than 20 minutes, perhaps 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we came out of the interview, and the interview was very anticlimactic, to be honest. The interview was on a Thursday. Based on what I had read online, a lot of people were getting their approval immediately after the interview. However, in our case, we did not get the approval immediately. I kept checking, but it was a Thursday, nothing happened. Friday, nothing happened. However, first thing Monday morning, the application status changed to approved. No extra questions were asked, and that was the end of our green card journey. One thing I want to point out here is that my lawyers had said that it was recommended that I go. although the interview was just for my spouse, my lawyer said it'd be nice for you to go because that establishes the legitimacy of the marriage, as well as since I am the primary applicant, they had said that it'd be a good idea for me to go. However, it was nowhere mentioned that I should be at the interview. So the interview notice did not have my name. It also did not have anything to do with the primary applicant. So if you are in a similar situation, I hope this helps. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. We have had a very good experience overall interviewing with the USCIS, and we're happy to share our experience with you. Thank you.